Day 2 reveals for San Diego Comic-Con 2022 has officially happened. Let's check them out.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Day 2 Funko reveals for San Diego Comic-Con 2022. If I were to describe today's reveals, or yesterday as this gets released, in 3 words, it would probably have to be sodas, anime, and Star Wars, because there were a decent amount of those categories in Day 2's reveals, with a couple of DC reveals that we will get into. But before we actually kick off with Day 2 reveals, we have to go over one reveal from Day 1 that just got cut from yesterday's video, and that is the Funkoville t-shirt. This is okay. I mean, I do enjoy the Funko t-shirts, but I hate when Funko decides to do a small logo on the front and then a big logo on the back. And now we can move on to Day 2, where they kicked off with Funko soda figures, and we will mention 2 at a time. Otto from Fantastic Plastic, which will be limited to 7,500 pieces and will have 2 chases to go along with it. And the other soda will be Huckleberry Hound from Hanna-Barbera, which will be limited to 5,000 pieces, and both the common and chase are blacklight figures. For some reason, I didn't think off the top of my head that the next double chase figure for a Funko soda would be a Fantastic Plastic figure, which I'm not entirely too surprised about. The common figure is pretty decent with the red shirt, and then obviously you have the purple shirt with the green skin, and then the yellow skin with the orange shirt as the 2 chases. And I'm not exactly sure how the ratios work as terms to 2 chases. Would it be essentially a 1 in 12 chase now because there are 2 figures? And then for the blacklight Huckleberry Hound soda, this is decent. I mean, the common almost looks identical to what the Huckleberry Hound character looks like, and then the chase is just a different color change. Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the Rings, which would be limited to 10,000 pieces, and then we have Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid, which will be limited to 7,500 pieces and will have a diamond glitter chase. The Lord of the Rings soda is pretty decent. I mean, the common, he just looks very normal, and then for the chase, he kind of has the scary pose and his arms are sticking out, and even the eyes and teeth are just right in your face there. The eyes just look very creepy, and then the teeth being kind of like half broken, as you can see. So I like the little bit of the molding change between the common and the chase. And then for the Vocaloid soda, obviously in the glam shot, you only see 1 figure, but it is going to be one with the chase, and there has been a photo surfacing of what the chase looks like, and the glitter is mainly on the hair, I believe. And the last 2 sodas, Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for the Marvel lineup, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces, with the common being masked and the chase being unmasked. And then we have ourselves Larfleeze for the DC Comics lineup, limited to 5,000 pieces, and will have a glow-in-the-dark chase. This Star-Lord soda is easily the best soda as terms to all of the sodas for San Diego Comic-Con. The way they did the common with the mask, and he's holding the 2 blasters up, and then making the chase him unmasked with the headphones and kind of this cassette tape in his hand, is also really cool. And then with the Larfleeze, I don't exactly know where Larfleeze is from as terms to the DC Comics, but judging by the way that his attire looks, it looks to be he might be a part of Green Lantern, because the way that the attire looks and how it almost looks like Green Lantern's attire, except the fact that it is orange. And I do like the idea of it being glow in the dark because of the fire that's around this soda, and I do like the idea also that it is a slightly different pose as terms to the arms. Finally, moving to pops, first off, we got ourselves Starfire from Justice League in the DC Comics lineup. This is actually a really cool Funko Pop. The molding is wicked, and I love how they incorporated the fire as the base. You kind of have that, I don't exactly know what she's doing with her hands, but kind of the powers that she has with her hands. You got the orange skin with the green eyes that really pop out well with this pop, and then of course the reddish hair there. Overall, this is a really cool looking pop. Next up, we have ourselves the Penguin and Duck Ride Pop Rides from Batman Returns as a part of the DC Comics lineup. This is pretty decent. I don't really have much to say except it's always cool to see more Danny DeVito pops. The facial expression of the penguin holding the umbrella is really cool. The duck ride is also really cool. I guess overall, It's really cool. Next up, we have a pop of Enmu from Demon Slayer. Now, this kicks off the long list of anime pops that we had gotten today for SDCC reveals, and a lot of people have been wanting more Demon Slayer Comic-Con exclusives, and I couldn't remember about this character because I'd only seen Demon Slayer once through at least season 1, but the overall detail, even if I hadn't seen Demon Slayer before, is really cool, especially with the eyes and what's going on with the face paint there. The hair is cool, and then even the kind of simplistic pose involved with this character. This, I think, will be a decent seller. Next up, we have ourselves Super Chocho Butterfly Mode from Boruto Naruto Next Generations. This is okay. I mean, I don't think it's as good as terms to detail as the Demon Slayer pop, but I do like the detail involving the hair and especially the butterfly wings involved with this pop. I mean, the pose is a little bit simplistic, but it's probably accurate to whatever scene that this version of Super Chocho is from, and I think it was a little bit unexpected because if I were to list some animes that should be Comic-Con exclusives, I definitely wouldn't have thought of Boruto first. Next up, we have ourselves Gran Torino from My Hero Academia. Check, or check, depending on the way you're looking at it. And I'm saying check because this is another prediction I made during our San Diego Comic-Con 2022 predictions video that I got correct without looking at those dirt sheet pages that I absolutely despise so much. It's cool that this is finally going to be a Funko Pop. I think it's a long time coming, and I think the detail involved with this pop is really cool with his whole attire and how it's very simplistic because that's how Gran Torino should be. You got the kind of scruffy hair, the way they did the mask with the eyes, and even the base and how you kind of have that smoke effect. I think it's really cool. Now I'm kind of imagining how big will this Funko Pop be because of the fact that Gran Torino is such a small character if you've seen My Hero Academia. Next up, we have ourselves Goku in driving school from Dragon Ball Z. The funny thing about this pop is that when the Gran Torino got announced, I thought to myself, hey, I wonder if there's going to be a Dragon Ball Z exclusive because we haven't gotten a Comic-Con exclusive in quite a bit now. And then all of a sudden this gets announced, so I thought, very coincidental. This is actually a pretty funny pop because of the fact that, from what I'm looking at, because I barely watched Dragon Ball Z, is the fact that it looks like Goku was in some sort of driving lesson and he probably like crashed the car and now all he has is the steering wheel and he's kind of laughing about it. I know they had the Piccolo driving lesson one, I'm pretty sure. That was an FYE exclusive, so those kind of go hand in hand. If you already have that pop, you can get this pop to go along with it. Next up, we have ourselves Queen Historia from Attack on Titan. Now, I've never seen Attack on Titan yet, but after recently seeing the wave of pops from Funkoween last month, it seems like it's a really cool show. And this is a little bit simplistic compared to those ones that we had gotten at Funkoween, but at the same time, I feel like with certain animes, you can't always have super detailed pops in every single character. There's gotta be some simplistic looks as terms to some characters, and this seems like one of them, which this is okay. It seems like something that hasn't been made before, so I guess that's a plus. Next up, we have ourselves Yuji Itadori with Slaughter Demon from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, this is an okay pop, and I say it's okay because we did get a couple of versions of this character from the Funkoween reveals last month, and at this point of the reveals, I felt, man, I'm so drained with a bunch of anime pops because even throughout this entire day, Funko was doing 15-minute reveals compared to their normal 30 to 1 hour. It's cool if you're a huge anime fan, and a lot of people do request anime pops, but I feel like for a Comic-Con, this was just too many anime pops. If there was like 3 anime pops, then that would have been fine, but like 6 anime pops? I don't know. That's just a little bit too much. But of course, once again, if you're a huge anime fan, you are probably on cloud 9 seeing this many reveals. Next up, we have ourselves the Deku or Izuku Midoriya skateboard from My Hero Academia. It's always cool seeing these new Funko skateboards being Comic-Con exclusives. We've seen it with the Zombie Bart at New York Comic-Con last year. We had seen it with, I believe, Naruto for a Comic-Con, or that might have been a GameStop exclusive, and the same with the Masters of the Universe one, which that should have been a Comic-Con exclusive with the detail. But this is already pretty decent with the detail as terms to the lightning energy in the background there, and then you have obviously masked Deku there. It's pretty decent, but my only gripe about these Funko skateboards, and we kind of went over this as terms to previous videos, is the fact that Funko likes to add the sticker on the shrink wrap instead of the board. But last but not least, we have Star Wars reveals to end off, and I think they ended off pretty strong. Kicking off, we got ourselves a Purge Trooper from the Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is actually a pretty cool looking pop. I'm actually surprised there is an Obi-Wan Kenobi pop for San Diego Comic-Con, for the fact that a lot of times I feel that Funko likes to delay the release of certain series and make them Comic-Con exclusives. Not one of my favorites, but not one of my least favorites as turns to this lineup at the same time. Next up, we have ourselves Cassian Andor for the upcoming Disney Plus Star Wars series, Andor. Now, this is a little bit simplistic, but I feel like that's all this pop needs to be because it's just the introduction of a character. Funko does this here and there where they will introduce a lineup of pops as a Comic-Con exclusive before they officially release a normal common wave. So I'm not really surprised that they announced this first. And also, it's a little bit smart because who knows how many people will actually want to get this pop. And last but not least, a great way to end off, in my opinion, is a flocked Krishantan from the Disney Plus series, The Book of Boba. This is a fantastic looking pop. I love the fact that Krishantan is now a Funko Pop for a couple of reasons. First off, he was a cool character in The Book of Boba, and I thought they would have already announced a pop of him by now. The fact that it's flocked, which is just absolutely amazing. I feel like if this wasn't flocked, it would just not be as good as it is. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on Day 2 reveals, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know your favorite Day 2 reveal. And as said in the little intro, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys hopefully tomorrow for Day 3 reveals. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.